good, YouTube? It's KB with Just Do Boxing back with another video. Today we got a trilogy matchup in a super flyweight division between Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez and El Gallo Juan Fransisco Estrada. It's a trilogy. Chocolatito coming in 5'3", 64-inch reach, 34 years old. He's coming in at a record of 50-3 with 41 KOs. Estrada, 31 years old, 42-3, himself still undefeated. And like I said, they traded punches for 12 rounds, with either fighter not wanting to take a step back. It was an all-out war, in my opinion. And it was one of those fights where it's just a lot of ebbs and flows. Like it wasn't hard to score the rounds, but a lot of the rounds were even, with the other guy probably just edging it out. You know what I mean? With Chocolatito just edging out some of these rounds. Because when I say they was going to the body, head, I mean, they threw punches all night and they never really slowed down. You know, every now and then they had to reset, but for the most part, these dudes wasn't taking a step back. Like I said, it ended up being a 12-round war. Chocolatito ended up getting the better of the work at 108. You know, their rematch took place, and again, rematch took place 8 years later, March 13, 2021. Estrada was 41-3, 28 KOs. Chocolatito was coming into that fight 50-2 with 41 KOs. And that night, Estrada got his revenge. You know, he won by split decision, moving to 42-3 with 28 KOs. Chocolatito would fall to 50-3 with 41 KOs. Difference in this fight is it took place at 115 instead of 108. And the rematch, to be honest, it looked a lot like the first fight. You know, both fighters not wanting to take a step back. I mean, if you haven't seen these two fights, I highly suggest y'all go check out these two fights. If you haven't seen Chocolatito and Estrada 1 and 2, it's definitely two fights that you would enjoy, especially if you're a true boxing fan. It was an action-packed fight, and even though they're throwing a lot of punches in there and trading shots, they did it, you know, at a high level. It wasn't sloppy. It was calculated and educated. It wasn't just in there swinging for the fences. They had intent on their punches. They were placing punches well. It wasn't just throwing punches to throw. You know, these are high volume guys, but they're very efficient and accurate with their punches as well. For some guys that throw from round 1 to round 12, you know, so like I said, his rematch was a hell of a fight. It looked a lot like the first one. One of the biggest differences I seen in the rematch was Estrada. He came forward. He wanted to press and back Chocolatito up this fight, and I think he did that in spots. He was able to back him up, and then when Chocolatito would get on the offensive, I noticed that Estrada would take a step back, leaving Chocolatito open for counters. And that's something he didn't do in the first fight that he was definitely able to execute in the second fight. Much better. And he did a hell of a job. That's simple adjustment, stepping back, creating space, and countering Chocolatito as he came in. It proved to be a great adjustment, and it helped him win the fight. I mean, like I said, it was from round 1 to 12 again. There was no knockdowns. You know, both guys looked like they was hurting each other at times, but they recovered fast, kept fighting. You know, Estrada just did a hell of a job countering this fight and staying off the ropes. Whereas in the first fight, he allowed Chocolatito to push him to the ropes more than he would have liked to. I credit to him. He made an adjustment in this fight, stayed off the ropes, and like I said, just taking that little step back and catching Chocolatito coming in proved to be a difference in spots. And you know, like, the rounds were close, very competitive, with Estrada just on the judges' scorecard seemingly getting the better of this work, you know, in the rematch. But, you know, the scorecards were 115, 113 Gonzalez, 117, 111 Estrada, and 115, 113 Estrada. You know, and the referee, or excuse me, the judge, was suspended for those scorecards of 117, 111, because that was a joke. You know what I mean? It definitely wasn't that far. It was a much closer fight than that. 115, 113 is more accurate. You know, I've seen it being like that. 117, 111. So, but the bright side is he was able to get a third fight. You know, they got this third fight coming up, and it's going to be fireworks. March 5th, I believe the date is. And this is a trilogy that you definitely going to want to see. You know, sometimes they say the trilogy is better than the first two. And with these two particular fighters, I think that's the case. I just don't think with their styles, they have a chance of being in a boring fight. Like, every now and then you have fighters that styles just come together and mesh well in the ring and just make for the best fight possible. And that's what you're going to get with Chocolatito and Estrada. Definitely going to get an all-out war. And it might be even better than the first two because it's so much more on the line. You know, it's a lot more on the line, and it's 8 years later, and I know neither guy is going to want to lose. So from the first fight, it's 8 years later from the first fight, and I know both guys coming to win. Neither guy wants to lose. They want to prove who's the better out of the two. It's the tiebreaker, the trilogy. I expect fireworks, and I mean, when I say fireworks, I mean from round 1 to 12. Just going back and watch Estrada and pretty much not slowing down. You know, that's extremely hard to do given the work rate that these guys, be putting forward. So this trilogy, I definitely don't think y'all want to miss it, man. I expect it to go 12 rounds. I don't even know who I'm leaning towards. Maybe I have a pick closer to fight night, but right now I'm on the fence with it. And the series is 1-1 between Chocolatito and Gallo Estrada. So let's see who win this rematch, man. I just wanted to come through, give y'all my quick thoughts on this super flyweight fight, and may the best man win. So y'all get in the comment section, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know who y'all think gonna win between Chocolatito and Gallo Estrada. Always get in that comment section and let me know if I gave Chocolatito and Gallo their just due. That's what I do over here, just do boxing. To the next one, out. Peace.